A year ago in Las Vegas, he told me about his ambition to be in big boxing events. You know, firstly, I met a guy with an unbelievable story. I met a guy with a very strong mind, but I didn't take him seriously, if I'm honest. I just have never known anybody to waltz into a sport and compete, and in my opinion, and it was very close, in my opinion, beat Tyson Fury that night. It's never been done before. You know, he may be unlucky that he's not sitting here as the world lineal heavyweight champion on his professional debut. Yeah. So now, as we said earlier, we take him very seriously. And after that fight, which we give him unbelievable props for, I said the biggest fight out there, outside of Fury against Usyk, is Joshua against Ngannou. And we'd already signed the Deontay Wilder-Joshua fight, and as soon as that show finished on December 23rd, His Excellency said to myself and Frank, we need to talk. What is the biggest event we can do on March the 8th? And the answer was this. In my opinion, you have the two biggest fights in the heavyweight division happening within 3 weeks of each other in Saudi Arabia. It is an incredible opportunity for AJ. As Frank says, there's big jeopardy in this fight. This man is going to be the undisputed heavyweight world champion. I truly believe it. But he's doing it the difficult way, going through obstacles and what some might call immovable objects in this man to my left. The giant of a man, the former UFC heavyweight world champion, but now a guy that we take very, very seriously in the sport of boxing. This guy's on a roll, he's working with a great team, and we just cannot wait. This is a dream opportunity for the sport of boxing, and we're also invested to give the fans incredible nights, and this is another fantastic fight for Riyadh season.
100%. Now, we've spoken about him. It's time to speak to somebody who knows him very well, his trainer, Dewey Cooper. Now, Dewey, your man shocked the world, but didn't necessarily shock your team in that incredible performance against Tyson Fury. That must give you huge confidence going into this fight against Anthony Joshua.
First of all, greetings to the media here in London. Assalamu alaikum to your Excellency Turki AlAlShikh. It was no surprise to us, the Tyson Fury fight. We told you all from day one what was going to happen. And the same thing applies here. We expect fire, but at the end of the day, the flaming fist of Francis will finish Joshua March 8th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Nice and succinct. I enjoyed that. Now let's speak to Francis Ngannou. Francis, your pre-fight confidence was vindicated with your performance against Tyson Fury. Now, when you said you left the UFC to have the biggest fights, with the biggest paydays, the biggest purses, on the biggest stage, it doesn't get much bigger than this, does it?
No. First of all, I want to thank everybody here to show up, to come here and make this press conference great. Thank you to my brother, the Excellency, for one more time again putting me in this position, you know, to live my dream, have all those great experiences, such as the one that I had in Riyadh 2 months ago. It was amazing. So hopefully this will be the same thing and finish the same way. I've been sitting here, listening to people talking, and even Eddie praising me, which I appreciate that. But at the same time, I'm not sure if he's honest or if he just want to get me sleep on his guy, which that's not going to happen. I'm just a beginner out here that's gonna train really hard and do everything and come as an underdog to win the fight. So I don't take my last fight as a reference and think that I get this done and think that I get everything. You know, I know exactly where I am at. I'm just a beginner, and I'm definitely gonna come up better and yes, get better and better. So that's my that's how I see things. I'm getting prepared for a tough, hard fight. Yes, the Tyson Fury fight was great. It was awesome, but that's now in the past, and I have a new challenge in front of me, and I take it even more serious now than before, because now I think there is something there is something more on the line, which is probably the undisputed. So let's see. Maybe I will do something that nobody have done before, and I really believe that I have the tools of doing that. Starting off having a win against AJ on March 8th in Riyadh, which is gonna be a big fight. Not an easy one, but a possible one, and I'm going to take that.
Francis, you haven't pulled any punches in the build-up for this fight already. You've come out and said, I've heard that AJ doesn't have a chin. I'm going to test that out. Is that your plan? Is it seek and destroy?
Well, I'm going to fight him, so what do you think I'm going to do? Is to look for his chin. I mean, that's what happened in the fight. In case you, in the fight, you're trying to hit somebody in the chin or wherever you can hit him, right? And then, yes, I heard that he doesn't have a chin. I don't know if it's true or not. We're gonna find out. I hope I had an opportunity to test that out. That's my wish. That's what I'm wishing for.
It's time to bring in Anthony Joshua, unfazed by those comments at the moment. AJ, I'm sure, as for you as it was for many of us here, it's a slight curveball to be sat here with Francis Ngannou on that end of the table. I know Wilder was a potential opponent after that day of reckoning fight. That kind of went out of the window. What was your first thoughts when you heard of Francis Ngannou as a potential opponent for you?
No problem.
Just not. It was you'll fight anybody. I know you're chasing belts. I know you want to be 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. Is this part of that plan?
Every fight leads to somewhere. So this fight is my everything, my soul, my spirit, my mind, my body. And we'll see where it leads me. But right now, I'm not thinking about any championship belts or anything. My main focus is Francis. And to be fair, getting through intense, focused training camp, because realistically, how I train is how I fight. So if I get victory in my training camp, I'm sure I'll get victory on the night. So that's what I'm focused on. Right now, we're going to put the belts on hold, because my main focus is getting through training camp and getting to the fight successfully.
It feels like you and Ben have really gelled this through the last camp and through now. You know, people are saying, I know you don't like to hear people say, oh, it's the old AJ is back, etc. What is it like working with him, and how have you found that going into this fight?
It's really good working with him, the whole team at the academy. They've helped a lot. I still speak with Derek James in the States, but being home and having someone just as good, like, I'm just searching for greatness, really, continuously searching for greatness, how I can elevate myself, push forward in every aspect of my game, and this is just another challenge. And during these challenges, I find out so much about myself. Even though I already know who I am, I know I'm gonna discover some new things about myself, but things that can take me to higher heights.
No doubt. Now, before his boxing debut, he was an unknown quantity. Now you've seen him for 10 rounds. You know, there is footage of him online you can actually look at and watch now. What does he bring to the table that you got to watch out for?
I won't say too much, but he brings 2 arms, a body, like every other fighter does. But it's just his mind that's different to everyone. Everyone has their own unique, like, they're unique in their own way. But in terms of the frame and the makeup of someone, he's seen people like me, I've seen people like him many a times before. But it's just his mind that I'll have to conquer in the ring. You have to take someone's soul, you have to take their spirit. And I'm looking forward to the challenge for sure. And that's it really. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be explosive. Got many ways to skin a cat. I can counter punch, he can counter punch, we can both box, as he's proven himself too. And we can both trade. And it was gonna be a good fight. And shout out to His Excellency as well, my promoter, my whole team, 258, for getting me in this position to showcase why I'm the top heavyweight in the UK. And I'm not really too concerned about the world. I'm trying to conquer where I live. I just want to conquer here and make everyone know that I'm the one who puts boxing on the map.
There's the riches of heavyweight around, especially in the UK. Now, to finish off, before we go to the face-off, I would like to give the final word to Eddie Hearn. Eddie.
Thank you, Josh, and just to replicate what everybody said here, thank you for all turning up and being part of a huge event. Like I said, the ability to sit with His Excellency and Frank and brainstorm about potential fights for the kingdom is a blessing. And it's been very difficult to go through this press conference with the thought of Matchroom versus Queensberry and the 5-fight dust-up that's going to ensue later in the year. But as a fight fan, you know, although Callum Smith suffered defeat at the weekend, to hear him talk about Bivol against Beterbiev, I think everybody in this room, these are the kind of matchups that we've been missing in boxing that can just happen so naturally when you've got someone who is so passionate and has the ability to make them happen. So, you know, welcome to Francis and his team, and Anthony, and you know, to hear people talk about these potential matchups in a heavyweight division. And like I said, if you can imagine the winner of this fight facing the winner of Fury against Usyk, and it's been a long, long dream of Anthony's and all of the teams to become undisputed champion. I know his focus is just on Francis and Ngannou, but to have those opportunities is incredible. And you know, get ready for an unbelievable event that you know, these guys are taking care of on February the 17th. Fury against Usyk, Joshua and Ngannou, all within 3 weeks of each other. Just incredible opportunity for our sport, and thank you for the passion and the vision.
Boxing is definitely in an incredible place, with thanks to Riyadh Season and everyone who's put this together. Time for the face-off.
Say all right, 40, this is how we do it, man. I am one of a kind. Yeah. It's now or never. Time's up. Let's do it. Hey, yo, I stopped paying for the coat. Get bricks on the muscle, gorillas on it. Welcome to the jungle. Fools be served in the hallway. Welcome to the hustle. Do anything for a hill of that glass dick. When I'm out of town, nothing less than a half brick. 160 on the dash, nothing less than a fast whip. I floss when it's sunny, got money for a rainy day. In a dope spot, a few blocks from where the Yankees play. Man, I'm heavy in that BX borough, and we ain't got a friend for nobody. We just thorough, and I'm sitting on the arson. Rockets in the missiles, bands, and got my strip popping with. And when I'm in your neighborhood, you gotta go high. Deliver bullets to your door like them domino pies. Say hello to my little friend like Scarface. I pull that rifle right out the guitar.
Jake said the best out. LRL, he fresh out. Jones, the kooky smacker. He bringing them texts out. Sporty style, 40 cal. He bringing Corvettes out. Bezel the beast, but I still show up with fresh bout. You know who's shaving the grams. 40K on the hand. Killing. What more can I say about Cam? JR the writer of writers. Tan up back like some.
Tight that I'm tighter, tight cause I'm writer, right cause I'm nicer, sight for the lifers, nights in a cipher, right as a viper, listen this is butter, even Raymond brothers, see I got the eye of the tiger, before I met Color Cam, I was dealing kilograms, I mean kilograms, Trojan, fill a pan, recorded in the hole where you couldn't stand, no booth, microphone hanging off the ceiling fan, Nance Miller fan, sitting in the Beverly Hilton, watch out heavy kills, Chevy, but I still ain't breaking sweat. Yes, I'm chilling, beat bomb, C-bomb, Tito bomb, at the building. I've been grinding, laying sniff lines for fiends. Ram shot, team rock, I pitch line with beans. Pitch rhyme with me, had them dumb stuck, so when I say uncut, I don't mean behind the scenes.